Hello, everyone. How are you? Good to see you here to journal with me. Hi, Kim S. Hi, Dr. Donna. Good to see you here for this journaling session after a month of being away from the screen. Let's see, I've got things in the way here and shadows. I'm sitting in a new place, in a new spot. So excuse me while I adjust my my scenery. But welcome to Journal with Me. I'm glad to be back and glad to journal with you once again. As many of you know, I have taken off a month, a needed break to do a host of many things. Um, but I am glad to be here with you today. So, first of all, if this is your first time journaling with me or coming on to journal with me, welcome to this channel where I help Black women move away from what no longer serves them and use the tool of journaling as a healing practice that you can do daily or multiple times a day. And this tool has been something that I promote for people to really become introspective and think about themselves inwardly, or if they need to download what's on their heart, mind, and soul, they can do so through the use of a journal. This is not necessarily a journal, but it is some paper. It is actually for watercolors, and we'll talk about that later. But a journal using whatever medium you choose. It could be painting, it could be writing, it could be the practice of calligraphy. Whatever you feel is going to open you up to be to get closer to yourself, and in the way it can be healing for you, because sometimes we don't necessarily know what's inside of us that needs to come up and out. But it's a tool, journaling is a tool where you can find out. Just as there are many other tools that can help you heal or relax or find motivation, inspiration. Journaling is one of them. So I'm back and we'll get started. We normally have started with just getting comfortable and settling down. And we do that by, we check in with ourselves. We check in about how we're feeling. I want to say hello to C Bliss and Seeking Sumi. Hello to you, you both. Sabani, hello to you. Kim Eminem, hello to you as well. And we check in with ourselves and determine how we're feeling, how we're doing right at this moment. I'll say that I'm feeling a little anxious. And I going deeper. Why am I feeling anxious? It's because there are a lot of things that have come up in the last few minutes, and it's not overly concerning, but I when helping others, you really want to be there for them, but sometimes you can't. And that has caused me a little anxiety this morning. But I'm going to be okay. But that's how I'm doing. That's the honest truth. So when checking in with yourself, just be honest about what it is that is on your mind and how your body is feeling. Um, and I would say my body is feeling good, but there's, sometimes you hold your breath and your chest becomes, tight, and that's how my body is doing. That's how my body's doing. So spend some time checking in. Maybe make a note of it. Okay. And move on. We're gonna move on after you check in with yourself. Right. And we spend some time actually also um, really trying to wind ourselves down before we start our practice. And again, you can practice by uh, journaling, you can pray, you can sit still and meditate, you can chant if that is something you do, or even spend some time doing some yoga for 15 minutes, whatever the tool you use to feel better. It is definitely something that I encourage you to do. And this is a good space for you to do it in. Let's start with some cleansing breaths. We take cleansing breaths by inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Okay. And if that is not something that you want to do, you can just sit still. All right. Close your eyes and sit still, or lower your gaze. And lowering your gaze is just really like lowering your eyes, relaxing your eyes, but not closing them, looking ahead in front of you on the floor, sitting tall, and not slouching, allowing the air to come up through your body. Getting comfortable in your seat. And actually, this would be a great time to set your intentions for this practice. So let's start with an inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. One more time, inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. One last time, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. And allow yourself to get back to the natural rhythm of your breath, your breathing pattern. Before opening our eyes, I invite you to speak a word of gratitude. Now, slowly but gently opening the eyes, allowing the sun, the light to be around you. Okay, that was good. And hopefully, you're feeling more relaxed now. All right. And that is my wish for you. I am feeling more relaxed after that short breathing exercise. And we'll spend 15 minutes with our practice of journaling. And I'll come back and talk about things that have been going on or resonating with me this last month of February, as we are now in March, um, as well as what resonated with me during the 15 minutes of journaling. I will be writing, and we do write in free flow mode. There's no um, there's no prompt, um, and we get started with the. Let's see if I can find it. We get started with the timer, which is two two instrument sounds. All right, the sounds of the djembe um, drum to start. And then 15 minutes later, you'll hear the Native American flute. Okay. And the drum is a little light in its sound, but you'll hear it. It's not very, it doesn't have a lot of bass to it, heavy bass, but it is a percussion instrument. You'll hear the bongo or the drum itself two times. And then at the end, you'll hear the flute, which is a higher pitch sound. It's very, it makes you quite, it will stop you from, it will stop you from writing or doing, it is a higher pitch, but it's a very soothing sound to me. So let's get started. Grab your pen, paper, paint, um, get in position to be still if that is what you were practicing today. And yeah, we will get started with our 15 minutes. Right. Okay. I love that sound. That's our 15-minute closing bell. um, it's beautiful. We've had 15 minutes to write what's on our mind, maybe spend time in stillness um, and contemplation. Um, I've been using that word lately, contemplation. And hopefully you've been able to um, use the time to your advantage. If you are not finished with your practice, please put me in the background, put me on mute, um, lower your volume so that you are not disturbed, and carry on. Um, we'll be here for a few more minutes and in time. So tell me how you are doing. If you'd like to engage, you can use the comment box or the chat to let me know how you've been over the last month or two. So much has taken place, and I knew I needed to kind of soak it all in uh, or take a break to understand, if I could understand, what was happening around me and what was happening to the world, along with doing some work on myself, for my my business, my clients. Over the last few months, I've had quite a few clients on a rolling basis, when coaching clients, that is, and have found really good success. And I'm proud of the impact that I've had with women who have received coaching from me, whether it be for 3 weeks, 3 months, or 6 months. And I'm learning a lot about how to coach and help people who are feeling the need for change, and that could be personal, professional. It could be how to make a large change, a large move, a large leap, or how to take small steps to get to where they want to be. I've actually reached out to a coach's coach who also is a transformational life coach. And I'm actually kind of in school. I'm learning some new things, and how to present my stories through writing, as well as orally, to tell stories. So a lot went on during my break from Journal with Me. Sometimes you just need a little time, and even just the 2 hours a week that I was coming on live stream, I was able to take those 2 hours and use them for whatever I needed to use them for. And I appreciate you all coming back after that month break of Journal with Me. Sometimes you just need to take a break for whatever reason, and I did that for myself. I encourage you to take a break if you need to, from whatever you need to break from, and come back to it if you need to. I enjoy these sessions, and enjoy the I guess the connections that I have with the women who come to journal with me. I appreciate that. that you're back. And Sabani, thank you for always being here to engage. I appreciate you so much. Um, I am I am too feeling anxious. There is a talk of layoffs at my job, and may be impacted. However, I have decided not to react negatively. This may be the impetus I need to propel me to working differently. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And that's actually I've been thinking about those people who um, have either been laid off or their status has been changed to maybe part time, or they're just in a holding pattern. And although you know this this climate, it's not even a climate, it is actually a new way, a new order that is spreading all throughout the world, but singularly impacting individuals. Sometimes you have to look at it in the best light you possibly can look at it in, and and almost kind of like a reset. You know, we've had a lot of things that I've considered resets. When you ask yourself, why is this happening? What is this happening? What is happening? Um, how could this happen? And things have been, the stories have already been written for many of the things that we question, and it's up to us to kind of catch up, right? And figure out how we as individuals fit in to the changes, because change is inevitable. We just have to kind of figure out where are we in the change, in this space, right? The space that we can't see. And because we are human, we always want to know what's going on. Why is this happening? How is this happening? We want to know how it's going to affect us. So I'm glad, Sabani, you say that this is not, you're taking this, it's not a negative. This may propel you into something that has been waiting for you, right? You may have have lucked up on what is waiting for you, because it's already been written. It's already been done. Things that we didn't know about were happening to set us up. And yeah, some horrific things have been going on for many, many years. Um, and now we are just kind of catching up to it. Or we may have known about the potential of many of these things, but chose not to, you know, there's nothing we could do really. Um, but it's always good to kind of set yourself up for a reset, because you never know what's going to walk around the corner um, and impact you. So getting, it's always, the saying, putting your house in order. And yeah, so thank you for sharing that, Sabani. It was a great, great thought and statement. I appreciate you. So yeah, I've had this month to contemplate all manner of things, whether they're personal, and now with a new lifestyle of not working for someone, but working for myself, and how I how I have wanted all that I've asked, all that has been happening to me. I've wanted uh, travel, moving abroad, living in a place, in a new culture, in a new country. I've wanted all of that, and I just want to. I want to kind of up level myself, and because the funny thing about it is, I I can do that. I'm not going to be laid off unless I lay myself off. um, Unless I quit, at the life work that I want to do. In fact, I'm just getting I'm just getting going, and so I've had to take a break and try to organize my next steps and how I will up level uh, this life for myself. And it all has to do with wellness and healing, and sharing stories of wellness and healing for those who may need it. I know that I have needed various practices in my life, and I've learned about them, and I continue to learn, and I like to share those with others. And that's my work. And writing about it, talking about it, um, producing various materials and tools for that life, and to share with others as well. So it's been a good, um, you know, 28 days, 30 days of me preparing uh, for whatever comes my way. And sometimes we have to sit in stillness to see how we can continue to move forward, no matter what may be impacting our lives, and for the changes that will come around us, that we have no control over, but how we can, in fact, change ourselves by taking small steps and healing ourselves so that we can be sustainable in the life that we so desire. Um, let's see. What is C. Bliss says, body in chronic fight or flight response. Yes. Yeah, yeah, fight or flight responses happen. And is C. Bliss, are you speaking of yourself, that your body is in chronic fight or flight response, or people in general? Because we do have to respond to what is around us. Um, Sometimes it's emergent, or where you have to quickly take action um, by fighting against it, or you know okay, so she says yes of myself with everything going on now. I see. Yeah, and that's you know that's the body and mind's way of coping with uncertainty and or danger, perceived danger. And we don't know. We have a hint of what is going, uh, the things that are going on that may be dangerous to us, right? Yeah, absolutely. And but we also have a way of coping and taking the measures to cope with the uncertainty the best way that we can naturally. Um, and I'm sure that all the advice that is out there about what to do during these times, you've heard of resting, you've heard of breathing, taking deep breaths and resting. And resting could mean all manner of things because it's not just sleeping, but just just allowing the joy, finding the joy in daily life is could be resting, right? The small things, the magical moments that we talk about here, allowing yourself to create. Um, a friend, Dara Herring, has posted the 100-day create challenge, where for 100 days you create something to get your mind working to benefit you, all the parts of you in creating, because we are all creators, but expressing yourself through your creations. I've been writing two particular works that are memoir, but decided I'd do something different, what I consider a challenge as well as kind of fun. And that's to explore the writing of flash fiction and learning how to do that. Um, I've to create something new and different that I've never done before. So, um, yeah, we don't want our body to stay in that mode of chronic flight, fight or flight. Um, we want it to kind of come and go, but it's understandable how it can stay for a while and you be stuck. Someone I was talking to talked about it being like quicksand, not being able to get out of it. No matter how hard you try, you're fighting against the pull, right? Uh, or being encased in, being stuck and encased in something where you cannot move. Sometimes you have dreams, right? You have dreams or nightmares where you are experiencing this dream that seems so real, but you can't move. You're stuck. Um, those are the kind of nightmares I have had before. The falling nightmares, right? So um, I don't have all the answers. I will say that, but I know what works for me, and that is really to get out if you're feeling isolated. To get out if you feel safe in getting out, taking walks. I've had to do that. I've had to meet with people where I felt comfortable with. Luckily, I have a beautiful little community of local um, Portuguese people who have opened up to me and have told me, "We are your friends. You come to you come to us anytime you need help. We are here for you." When you can find that in a community, it's a beautiful thing, especially if you are not from the parts, not from the area. Although I do have a good expat community here, it's small. And every day there's something I learn new about, or meet someone new, or learn something new about the area. I just met someone who lives in my building, who is a who is an expat, and we just so happened to have lived in the same place of Philadelphia at one point, and she's my new sister friend. So you open up, allow yourself to open up to people who you discern as being safe, and and that you aren't going to, have your guard up, but like-minded people who may understand what you're going through because they, in fact, are going through the same thing. And building community during this unimaginable. The word used to be unprecedented. Well, this is unimaginable. But plenty stories have been written about what we're experiencing now. And we have to write the story about how we fit into this and live lives that are sustainable, and where we can find the joy in the day. So if I could impress upon you to as a journaling exercise this week, is to consider the joy during this time of unimaginable events occurring in your world, your community, in your life, and how you will write the story for yourself in these unimaginable times. Just an invitation to explore for yourself. So I hope that you all have been affirming yourself over these last few days, this last month, because I surely have. I have written all kinds of affirmations about really how successful I am, and how I am living in this world with my eyes wide open, and I am, creating a beautiful life for myself. What have you been patting yourself on the back about? What have you affirmed for yourself? We usually do that on Thursday, but it's okay. We can do that today. What have you affirmed for yourself? Hello, Adore Stella. Hello, I'm new to your channel. Good to see you here, Adore Stella. Good to be here. Good to be here on this day of that I come back to journaling. Yeah. So, what have you thought about a positive, powerful statement about yourself recently, if not this morning? Okay. I want to share some reminders with you before I leave, and a few words, not affirmations. I want you to think of the affirmations you've written lately. The reminders will come from Mr. Hindsight, who reminds us of things that we may have forgotten, or don't practice, or forgotten to practice. It really is something that we have so much on our plates that we forget the things that we have learned, and the things that maybe, I don't know, someone in our family has told us and we just forgot. We just tend to not think. We have so much to think about that we don't think about everything. But I'm gonna pull a card from this deck, the reminder deck. Okay, I just pulled up the first card that was on the deck, the bottom of the deck, really, and this is peace is a process. Peace is a process. It's good to be here. Adora Stella says, it's good to be here. I am excited about journaling. Okay, very good. I'm glad that you are, because we tend to be quite excited about spending time together. And I have to apologize, and I'll do that in a minute, for something that I have not done. But first, let's get back to this. Peace is a process. The back of the card, I'll read the back of the card. It says, this is the process unfolding within you. There is the process unfolding within you. It feels like home, everlasting comfort. Every moment, every experience is teaching you and leading you back into peace. It's a process. Continue to walk with grace, my friend. Absolutely. Peace is a process. We're not in our environment. I'm gonna say the environment of the status of one country in the world. I'm sure is not peaceful to be in, but there's a lot of storms throughout the world. But there's also some peace in the world. There's peace within your space. There can be, and it comes from within, that we can find peace within ourselves. And we do tend to forget about these things when there's so much turbulence and strife and heartache in the world. But there's also this peace, and we have to sometimes find it for ourselves. And I like this card because it says it feels like home, everlasting comfort. And when you can be still, when you can absorb quiet in your world, in your space, it is teaching you to go within, go back into peace. It says go back into peace, leading you back into peace. And it's a process. And we talk here about practicing, right? Practicing good habits, right? The journaling, the opening up yourself to what's on your mind, what's on your heart, and what's in your spirit, taking it out of your mind and placing it somewhere, if that's paper or through a creative endeavor, but where you can find the peace. Go into it. Go find it for yourself. That's today's reminder card. Peace is a process, and you have to practice it, this process. How do you go into it for yourself? How do you find it? What do you do? Right? It's a process. Continue to walk with grace. Yes, walk with grace. Don't be so hard on yourself during this time, right? Doris tells us this year I wanted to journal about the future because I have spent a lot of time journaling about my past and it became depressing. Absolutely. I understand that completely. I'm in the process of writing two books. One in particular, a large memoir. Well, I call it large because it's undertaking. The undertaking of it is big, and it is, of course, about the past because it is a memoir, and it has had its stops and starts because it is some some things are depressing in there, but there's joy. The arc of joy is established in it as well. So that's what keeps me in the process, right? Of continuing that that memoir. However, writing joyous things, and that's what I've had to learn how to do, um, is very, very important. I have a Substack account, and one of the posts that I did is I wrote. It's called "I Write Sad Stories," but because we all have some sadness somewhere in our lives, especially if you're a woman 40 over, 50 over, you've had some ups and downs. Well, there's plenty of joy that's left out here. Believe me, there is. Even in these unimaginable times, we can find it. I'm going to encourage you to find that for yourself. I really am. So, one of the last things, this little booklet here um, is part of a deck of cards, which I don't usually use because they're pictures, and I don't know how to present them to you. Michelle Cassandra Johnson is the author of the cards, or the producer of the cards, and the booklet actually helps define what's on the messages on those cards. And I've just been opening up the book to find out, kind of like just like a pulling of the cards. Okay. Okay, I think we did that one already, so I'm not going to do that one. Okay, here's one. Listen. I'll read this to you, however it may. Adore Stella. She's asking, how do you avoid the distractions? That's an interesting question. Everyone's different, and avoiding distractions. There's so many distractions around you, but to avoid them, you just have to well, I shouldn't say just have to, but focusing in on what is pleasing to you. Distractions happen all the time. They pull at you in different ways. In fact, I wrote about distractions. That's interesting. Are you subscribed to my Substack account? It's funny. I wrote about distractions. It's actually one of the first Substack. Now I don't even know what I said about distractions, but I do know that distractions will have you pulling away from what you really want to focus on. So it's imperative that you focus deeply on what you want to do for yourself, what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. Focus on that to avoid distractions. Move away. Move away, retreat from the distractions, right? Move away from what is no longer serving you, or what is not serving you, what has not been serving you well. And any distraction, is something that may not be serving you well unless it's trying to get your attention and it's a good distraction, right? Something that is saying, hey, look at me over here, you know. I I can provide I can be beneficial to your life. A distraction that's pulling you toward it, that may be something good for you. But you have to focus in on what you desire, what you want for yourself. Yeah. Sabani, I committed to turning off the noise, news, social media, negative space, people, etc. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, um, yeah, the distractions, now there's so many. There are so many. And you have to leave them behind. Be honest. Be honest with yourself also about, you know, the habits that could be formed with these distractions, and say, you know what, this isn't a happy. This practice is not good for me. The social media, the news. I will share that for 4.5, almost 5 years, I did not look at the news, and that was the other, yeah, the other most disappointing, most recent past, uh, disappointing years um, of politics and, you know, COVID, and I could not look at the news. So um, I got out of the practice because I was very much a a news junkie, so to speak. I wanted to know what was going on in the world all the time. Sometimes we don't need to know everything, right? Not good to know everything. So I'm gonna leave you with this uh, reading from the book of Traverse. Know thyself, breathe, and listen to the sound of your breath. Listen to the things that are difficult to hear. Listen to the things you might want to deny, but you know are true. Listen. And when you can hear the faintest murmur of your own voice, know that your heart is trying to communicate its deepest desire. Listen to your beating heart. Listen to what your heart most desires. Your heart wants you to live into your highest good. What do you hear? What is most difficult to listen to? How can you practice being able to hear your heart's desire? Mantra: I am listening to my heart's song. My deepest desires in service of my highest good are unfolding in this moment and every moment. I'll read the mantra again. I am listening to my heart's song. My deepest desires in service of my highest good are unfolding in this moment and every moment. Listen is the name of that reading. So listen to yourself. Be discerning. Listen to your breath. See if you can hear your heart, the deepest sounds that come from you. Hello, Sunny L. Good to see you here. Having my vision board on the wall in my room helps me get back on track when I get distracted. Very good. Very good. All right. Yeah. Thank you for that. Evidently, Adora Stella is is in favor of that. Thumbs up. Very good. Yeah. And Saniel, I've been thinking about you and all of you actually. Very good. Thank you for coming by and joining us in community. I appreciate you. Everyone's up and early, and as I move into the afternoon, I appreciate you all coming by. Kim S, good to see you. Missed you too. Dr. Donna, great to have you here. Kim Eminem, Sabani, yeah, C Bliss, good to see you. Seeking Sumi, Adora Stella, thank you. And Sunny L. I'll be back on Thursday where we'll pick it up again as we are moving through uncharted territory in our journaling, our healing practices. And please know I owe an apology, I believe, because I did not provide a community salon in February, as I said that I was going to do. That will be coming in March, as well as a workshop as part of that salon. So I will be working to get you that link. We will be in community in our own comfortable Zoom room where we can speak to one another and be in company with one another. So that will be coming. And there's just a small donation for the preparation for it, a minimal amount if you so choose to donate. And I will send that out by the end of this week for the latter part of March. And should you know anyone or require coaching and want to have a clarity call to determine what your needs are or whether coaching is for you, there is a link on my website. And for this week only, the price is the same. Starting next week, the clarity call will payment or cost will go up. But I am trying to really work toward coaching one-on-one because I really enjoy that. But I also know that it makes a change or helps with a change in those who I have helped take action toward the goals that they want to achieve through my coaching programs. So with that, you can go to my website, and I'll put that up in the on the screen, where you can go to the coaching page and sign up for a coaching call. Okay, and that's the website. All right. Well, I enjoyed speaking with you, being with you, journaling with you, and I'll see you back on Thursday, this coming Thursday, for more practices and a good time with you. I appreciate you for coming back to journal with me. All right. Take care, and I'll see you soon.